welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the books I read in April. Here they are, my lovely books. Ever since I've started filming YouTube videos, so like 4 videos ago, I've always wanted to have like a wrap up with a lot of books. Believe in your dreams, guys. So the first book I want to talk about is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Carroll. This was definitely a book that I wanted to tick off, because I don't know, I just feel like if you haven't, they get referenced so much, like Wizard of Oz, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. It gets referenced a lot, and I just wanted to know what it was about as a reader. In all fairness, I still don't know what this book is about. Basically, we follow Alice's adventures, and Alice meets different people, different animals, and she gets larger and smaller. I think it's fair to say that I think I might have missed the mark. I didn't get it. If you got it and you feel like, yeah, I didn't get it, let me know if you can wrap it up, and maybe explain to me what this was about, because I definitely didn't have much of an idea of what was going on, so that was so fun. The next book I want to talk about is by one of my favourite authors, and I think probably the author that I've read the most by, and that is Orhan Pamuk, and the book is called Istanbul, Memories and the City. I feel like it's probably fair to say that this book is more of an autobiography, where Orhan Pamuk talks about the love he has for Istanbul, and his childhood, and the authors that have impacted him, and I guess these 3 things make him the author he is today. But I think you get such a, like, the true essence of the impact of Istanbul. As a reader, I think we get a good idea of who Orhan Pamuk is and why he is the person and the amazing writer that he is. I think if you're someone who likes reading autobiographies, if you're someone who loves Orhan Pamuk, then obviously pick this up. But if you're someone who loves a city, and you know the impact and you understand the impact a city can have on someone, then I definitely recommend this, because seeing Istanbul through Orhan Pamuk's eyes, and the Istanbul of, you know, the fall of the Ottoman Empire, and the start of the Republic, how people's lives changed, and how the middle class adapted. I'm not really someone who usually cares that much about the middle class. I'm more of like a working class is my thing. But yeah, it was from Pamuk's interpretation, I felt like there was a struggle in adaptation, which, when you think of the circumstances, the fall of an empire, and you know, Istanbul was a very, he talks about melancholy a lot, so a very sad city which was missing its old richness, the richness it enjoyed during the Ottoman Empire. So yeah, it was, for me, it was an amazing book, because I got to look into one of my favourite authors and really understand, I mean, do I understand him? I don't know, but I enjoyed it. Just getting to see the world through his eyes, like, yes please. So the third book I read was, and I'm a bit nervous to speak about this, is The Trial by Franz Kafka. I do have 2 copies, one copy. I do have 2 copies. One I purchased myself, one my friend kindly gifted, so thank you, darling. So the trial, how do I explain this without offending too many people? The trial is about a blank about a bank clerk called Joseph, whatever, however you want to say it. And he wakes up one day and he has committed a crime, and he is basically going to be put up for a trial. Throughout the book we don't know, and Joseph himself doesn't know why he is being summoned and being put up for this trial. I found the book, I just wanted it to get good. Like, I wanted to really get the feeling of, I wanted to leave this book and just think, oh my god, like Kafkaesque, yes, this is the movement, this is literature. I left it and I was just like, what is Kafkaesque? How is this a movement? Like, for me, I feel like the interpretation readers have put on Kafka and his novels is where the magic lies. The only bits that I really enjoyed was because at first Joseph doesn't take it seriously. I started to enjoy it when he started taking it seriously and he started getting paranoid, because I love reading paranoid, dark literature. Tell me you're worried. Tell me you're sad, you know. I want to feel your sadness. I want to feel your worry, your anxiety through your words. And I kind of got that a little bit. But I feel like most of the novel, I didn't get that. And yeah, I feel like Kafkaesque is what it is because the community has given it that. So the next book I read is a collection of essays in a book called It's Not About the Burqa, and it's edited by Mariam. I've already done like a long video on this, so I don't want to talk about it too much. But if you are a feminist, please look into being an intersectional feminist, because it's not about it's not just about the white woman. So yeah, if you also feel like your experience is not the only valid one, then pick up this book. And every essay is very well written, every essay is eye-opening, and it's also very I find that some feminism can be like, you do this wrong, this is what you have to do, like almost like a slap on the wrist. But this is not that at all. It's very heartwarming, welcoming, but also educational. So the next book I want to talk about is also a collection of essays, and it's called Girl: Essays on Black Womanhood by Kenya Hunt. So I actually picked this up thinking it would be more like that. It's not about the burqa, so every essay is about is by a different author. But a lot of this is from Kenya Hunt with appearances from other writers. So it was more like an autobiography. A lot of it was Kenya Hunt's experiences. And there were, I think there are a lot of important topics discussed in this book also. So Black women and fertility, you know, Black women in Britain, Black women in fashion, Black women in literature and mainstream media. Hunt talks about her experiences in all of these industries. And I loved her first essay was about, you know, the book is called Girl, you know, I'm not very good at, you know, those acting. Anyway, so she talks about what different expressions of saying the word girl actually means, and it's such a universal thing now, you know. We're shocked at something, it's girl, you know. You achieve something and, you know, we're celebrating you, it's like, girl, come on, you did this. No, why did I say that in an American accent? I don't know. Try to say that in an American accent. But yeah, going back to this whole intersectional feminist thing and reading, selecting books with more of like a conscious purpose, I think this book sits very nicely into that category. So the sixth book I managed to read is this beautiful covered Gloria's Voice, which is written and illustrated by Aura Lewis. A big point, and I said this in one of my other videos, I picked this book up because the cover is beautiful, and I don't know if you can tell, but can you tell? But it is, what is that called? Iridescent? I don't even know what it's called. But basically the book, there isn't, you just, it's a lot of illustration, it's illustration heavy, and you learn about, very minimal I would say, about Gloria's early life, and how Gloria had to look after her mother, and how Gloria started working, I think it was either a magazine or a newspaper, and you know, how Gloria wanted women and all women to be equal. So it's not, I wouldn't say, you know, you read this and go write an essay on Gloria Steinem, but yeah, it's a nice book, and it's definitely, you know, when I have kids or when I have a child, we will be reading this. So the last book I read, and the book that I absolutely fell in love with, the novel that I just like to myself, why am I not reading more Gothic literature? Like, this is clearly one of my favourite genre, and that book is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name, but you know, like, finishing a book this big in one weekend, I think it speaks for itself. Du Maurier's writing style is beautiful. I feel like if she wrote any other genres, it would probably still be amazing, but I feel like Gothic literature goes so well with her writing style. And so in the book we follow the newly wed Mrs. and Mr. De Winter, I would say De Winter, right? I don't know. De Winter? And Mrs. De Winter basically has to live up to this perfect womanhood lifestyle that Rebecca set, and she, you know, people around her are constantly comparing her to Rebecca. She herself is always comparing herself to, although Rebecca is dead, Rebecca is so alive. Like, her soul and her spirit literally haunts the whole book, and I would say it's not until the very end of the book that I think the characters in the book and the readers just bury Rebecca. And yeah, I think if you've read the novel, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're gonna read the novel, then this will make more sense to you, but I feel like Rebecca did win in the end. So yeah, if you read the book, let me know. Do you think Rebecca won? Do you think maybe she didn't? No, I think she did. But yeah, that is the summary of all the books I read in April. Very good month, if I do say so myself. But yeah, let me know if you guys have read any of these books, or if you're planning to read any of these books. Don't come for me if you love Kafka, I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I guess I'll see you guys in my next one.